All right, welcome on back, everyone, to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America. Today, we're going to take a look at actually two councils. Usually, we only handle one at a time, but in certain instances, and this is a good one, the councils are so closely related that it only makes sense to handle them in a single episode. And so, we're going to look at both Great Southwest Area 412 and then the subsequent Great Southwest 412. So Great Southwest area was a name change originally in 1976 from Kit Carson 412, and then it existed up until 1982 when it name changed again to just become Great Southwest 412. All right, lots of patches to take a look at here today. Starting on the patch table with the first issue S1 and only issue for Great Southwest Area 412. You can see it's defined with its red border, a light or just blue background. We've got the red BSA up at the center. It's listed as a dull gold fleur-de-lis. The name along the top, Great Southwest Area Council, is in black, and most notably, the Colorado flag is backwards. We'll see that the same imagery is essentially used in the Great Southwest CSPs as well, although they do fix the Colorado flag from not hanging backwards. We take a look at the back here. This is one of the older first issues where it is a cloth back. We actually have the another production run of this S1 we'll take a look at here in a second, which also has a plastic back. So I believe the cloth back is the older of the two. Here is that same S1, a little later reproduction. We can see these are cut closer to the bottom on that fleur-de-lis, and slight differences in the font. You can see this one does have a plastic coating along the back as well, but these are the same CSP, just different production runs for the first issue of Great Southwest. You can see little differences in the BSA, slightly in the kind of thickness of the letters for the font, but not recognized as different issues, just different production runs of the S1. All right, so let's then move on to look at Great Southwest. This one did have multiple variations that we're going to be taking a look at. And the first one here is the S1A, defined with its red border, blue background. Background is going to be horizontally stitched, so that is important when looking at the differences between the S1A, B, and C here for Great Southwest. Name is in black again, red BSA. And here, the Colorado flag in the center, we're going to see that that yellow stitching goes up and to the left. And that will signify you're looking at an S1A variation, the first issue for Great Southwest. Take a look at the back here. It is plastic backed. Get our focus back. There we go. So again, this stitching is going up and to the left for the yellow inside of the Colorado flag. That signifies the S1A. Then we take a look at the S1B. Here with the S1B, again, same characteristics, red border, blue background that is horizontally stitched, red BSA, black lettering. But now if we look at the stitching inside of the flag, instead of going up and to the left for the S1A, now it's going up and to the right. So this would be an example of an S1B. Again, the primary distinction between those two is going to be the direction of that dot in the Colorado flag. We actually have a second example, and we do see slight differences in the production runs. This is another S1B. Again, we can see that it's coming up and to the right, but here we can see this this issue production run has a bolder text for the Great Southwest. And this S1B has a lighter text. Again, just different variations within production runs. These are both classified as S1Bs. We can see that the center on the Colorado flags for each of them is going up and to the right. But just a couple, here's the back on the second S1B as well. And then we also lastly have the S1C. This is primarily different from the first two where they had horizontal stitching for the background. This one is vertically stitched. So our S1C, we've got our red border, blue vertically stitched background. Again, the same red BSA, black lettering for the name along the top. And again, still the Colorado flag is correct. In each of these, for the S1, A, B, and C in Great Southwest, it does list that the Colorado flag is correct. If you didn't realize that the Colorado flag was incorrect in the Great Southwest area patch, it might seem confusing why they're listing the Colorado flag to be correct, but it is because those images are essentially the same, except the Colorado flag was hanging backwards on the Great Southwest Area Council. Taking a look at the back of this one, here we have the S1C, also plastic backed. But it does look pretty distinct from the S1A and B on Great Southwest because of the stitching style and the vertical background, etc. Can do a comparison here between the S1A, the first issue, and the S1C. Kind of almost fit in both. And you can see they do kind of look like different patches just because of the way that they're manufactured. All right, we'll finish out comparing Great Southwest and Great Southwest Area's first issues. So this is the S1 Great Southwest Area at the top, and the S1A Great Southwest at the bottom. So it only seemed fitting to highlight both of these councils on the episode today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it and found it to be informative. Have you seen all the variations S1, A, B, and C for Great Southwest? Have you seen multiple production runs of Great Southwest Area? The thicker font or thinner BSA, etc. If so, let me know in the comments. Do you have a preference? Do you like the cleaner look of the very last S1C? Are you a first issue fan and you really just like the first issues? I'd love to hear about that. Again, we've got new episodes coming out every single day. We'll be back again with another episode out tomorrow, so I hope to see you then. Till then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.